Hi everyone, I'm Charlie Hitt here with another episode of The Insider, and joining me today is Coach Cerbie, head of the Varsity Baseball team. Coach Cerbie is a 3-time state champ, 7-time conference champ, and has over 500 career wins. Thanks for joining me, Coach.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your coaching experience, and how long you've been at PD?
Well, this is year 36 at PD.
Wow.
I started my teaching career down in Houston, Texas. I was down there for 4 years. That's where I met my wife, and I made it real clear I had no intention of staying in Houston, Texas. Hot, flat, and ugly, just not my cup of tea. And so anyway, we had one of the guys that was on my staff down there in Texas moved here to Charlotte, a guy named Bruce Guthman. He got the head football job over at Country Day, and he called and said he had a job opportunity for me. Couldn't get out of there fast enough. So that's what got me to Charlotte, and I was over there for 1 year. The baseball job opened here, and Bill Rogers, the athletic director, was kind enough to give me a shot.
You have 7 returning starters this year. Why don't you talk a little bit about the importance of having those guys coming back with all the experience they have?
Well, you have a veteran senior class, and these guys have been getting a lot of playing time, since their freshman and sophomore year. So you have, like Bo Ziegler. Bo's going to WashU in St. Louis. Probably would have had to add my GPA up for both semesters to get to where he is for one semester, but that's why he gets a chance to go to WashU.
That's awesome.
Tyler Nee, he's going to Kenyon College in Ohio, and Jake Jeffries is going up to Williams up in Massachusetts, and he's going to need an LL Bean catalog to get some new clothes because it's going to be cold. But, we've got a good veteran bunch of guys. They've worked hard, and really this is the first time that we've really expected them to get into the weight room during the off season. And it's been a very good senior leadership group that have gotten the guys in, and they're stronger. When they are hitting the ball, you can see the ball's jumping off bats, better than they were last year. So it's an exciting group to have. We'll see how things unravel as the season goes on.
Sounds like you guys have a good team. With those seniors, talk about the impact with their leadership and their skill and how great it is to have them on your team.
Well, what's nice about this group, it was difficult for them because the number of seniors that have been in the program the last couple of years they haven't been big classes. So these guys really needed to step into a leadership role last year as juniors. And they've done a wonderful job of getting guys to participate in the fall program with some consistency.
And talk about some of the younger players that you have on your roster, who they are, and their roles that they're going to be playing this year.
Case Gibbs will be the first one I talk about. We kind of pulled him up to the varsity last year at the end of his freshman year. We're counting on Case. He's really developed quite a bit since last year. He spent a lot of time in the weight room. He's worked very hard. You could ask Case, his first inning of varsity pitching didn't go all that well against Catholic. I think he threw 50 pitches in the first inning. But it's a learning experience. And
Sure.
When we needed him, when the games counted, when we were up in Raleigh last week, he came out and threw a complete game 2-hit shutout and threw extremely well. So we're counting on Case to get the job done on the mound, at least compete and give us a chance. He also plays first base. He can play the outfield. Austin Nelson is returning behind the plate for us. Austin's come a long way since the first part of last year. We're counting on him to step up and get things done behind the plate. We brought up George Kokenauer from the JV team. He's a freshman. He's swinging the bat as good as anybody, and he's also he'll be in the outfield and behind the plate as well. Got a new fella in school this year, Chase Jackson. He's working at first base, third base, and swinging the bat, and might be in the outfield. Not exactly sure where he's going to go, but we'd like to see him swing the bat and be in the lineup. Austin Ward, he's a sophomore. He started for us last year as a freshman. He's back in the outfield, and let's see, we got center field, right field, Anderson Shiree at second base. Does a really nice job for us. Very good with the bat. He's improved significantly from last year, and he's at second base, and he's hitting in our leadoff spot. And he's done a really nice job the first 4 games of competing at the plate, getting on base, and giving us a chance to score some runs.
Now, switching gears to the big league, who's your favorite Major League Baseball team?
I grew up a Mets fan.
Okay.
When my family moved to Chicago, when I was in college, and I got out of college and headed back to Chicago, the Cubs kind of grew on you. So I pull for both, but if they play each other, I want the Mets to win.
You told me that you're really looking forward to all of the conference games that you had this year. But honing in closer, what are some specific games that you're really looking forward to, and how can we best support your team this season?
I think the best way to support these guys this season is for people to come to games. And that's what's, one of the reasons why, we're going to be the only school in the conference without lights. So Friday nights, under the lights, it's a special night. It's hard on a Tuesday night for kids to run over to Christian or over to Latin, the country day, to watch a 7 o'clock game on a Tuesday night. But on Friday night, it's much easier. So when I make the schedule, quite often, we're going to play here at 4:30, depending on daylight savings times on a Tuesday. But the second game of the series is generally going to be away, a 7 o'clock game at night, and I think we get a better turnout with home support.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching episode 3 of The Insider. I'm Charlie Hitt, here with Coach Cerbie. Just a reminder that varsity baseball is now back in full swing, and we'd love everybody to come out and support. Thank you guys so much for watching.